I'm Deep Mahaman, and you're watching the Redmen TV.
It was Braziliant. Or the pair of them, Firmino and Coutinho, like, again, and ultimately Firmino, if he just gets a little bit sharper, you can see how dangerous he's going to be. How many times, though, there's that one where Coutinho flicks it over the defender's head and he runs in on it and drags it wide. Just sensational.
The one where Firmino lifted over the guy's head on the touchline.
Oh, yeah.
And went round him. It's just...
We were woo-hooing in the stadium.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
They were amazing, weren't they? It's someone made a good point. We have so many guests. I can't remember who it was who made the point, but it was something like, just because the Brazilian people think they've got a lot of game time together, they haven't. They've played 2 or 3 games for Brazil together, but obviously they've got that shared Brazilianness in them. They will have a similar traits.
Well, Klopp said
it's just that they're both boss footballers.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. Klopp said it's not to do with the fact that they're
nationality. Yeah,
it's just the Firmino.
But what
world-class players.
But what they do have is they had 2 weeks together in training, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
And they played in that Wolves game that they did in the behind closed doors, and both of them scored. I think Firmino got 2 in that, and Coutinho got 1, or it might have been the other way around. So that fed into the fact that
a few players during the international break, didn't he? Because he had Lucas as well, and he had Moreno.
Yeah.
So he probably was, and Milner was there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
so he was able to work on the core of the team.
Yeah, and you could see that. Yeah, you could see that work into them, and but just the fact that partnership. If we're going to kick on from being all right, because we're all right, we're not terrible, but we're not great. Or so like the Rodgers era of draws this season, and even the Southampton at home. If we're going to kick on and be better than that and actually do something, we need a £29 million signing who's a Brazil international to come in and be a Suarez-esque player. Yeah. He doesn't have to hit the heights of Suarez, but he needs to be our main man.
And he really was, though. Again, we made
but
those
that was
comparisons.
That was the
closest.
There
was that moment in the second half. I don't think Match Today picked up on it, but he put pressure on their centre half, who got completely wrong-footed, wins it back and drives towards the goal, and then his instinct is to kind of slow down and bring someone else in. But that little patch up to then, because it was Suarez-esque.
Oh, he was immense all game long. Like he was for me, he was the true difference in the game of football. I mean, you know, you can, if anybody did watch the post-match with NBC, or if you haven't watched it, I should say, go and watch it, because it's like 10 minutes of Klopp actually breaking it down much better than you will have seen on like Match of the Day or Sky Sports or anything like that. But he's talking about Firmino, and he's saying, like, you know, he's having a conversation with him just before half time, and he's like, you know, you're not midfielder who's sometimes a striker, you're a striker who can be a midfielder at times. And I think he just got it. Actually, for me, you know, he was always running in beyond their defenders, always putting, you know, wanting to be on the shoulder, running in behind, giving Coutinho options, which is what we've said for weeks now, is Coutinho plays well when there's someone running in behind, because he knows where to play the pass to. Yeah. And you know, I'm not even just going to focus on Coutinho and Firmino, those don't work without Lallana's performance, because Lallana was just as good. Because every time that you think, oh, do you remember that between Coutinho and Firmino? Lallana started it. Yeah. Lallana started it every single time. Like, I mean, he was just incredible as well. Remember his little step over in the box that actually lays Firmino in, 8 yards in, just little things like that, and you think, what a performance.
The thing that impressed me about Firmino was that I think it was the second goal, where he's running diagonally and he's going away from goal, has to get the ball before the defenders does that, and is then got the presence of mind to look up and see where Coutinho is. Anyone else would have driven into the box and maybe tried for a shot or a cross, but he was immediately looking, where can I play this ball in? You know, brilliant.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
If you notice, actually, I think for the first 3 goals, every one of Coutinho, Lallana and Firmino are all in the area. Yeah. Which is incredible. I mean, there's one of them where he's actually just on the D of the area, I think Lallana is. But, you know, that one where you're talking about, Lallana's running in front post, Coutinho's running in back post. Yeah. You know, and it's an incredible thing to be able to do.
Yeah, and even some of the other chances, there's the, where if he dinks it over Hart as opposed to hitting it in the first half, really, like, just after we'd scored the third, that would have just been insane. If he'd have turned and then played the ball across, Lallana and Coutinho were both busting the gut to get in there. The attack, again, that's what the fluidity of them as a free was amazing. And I don't know what it is, and hopefully we can
That's what
incorporate
we wanted to
Benteke.
see since Rodgers first arrived, wasn't it? Because he had this thing about fluidity in the front men, and we never ever saw it really.
Yeah.
I suppose during the great season we saw it a bit with Sturridge and Suarez and Sterling, but it was just perfect, wasn't it?
You
They
could actually
were
understand
all
how
interweaving and moving around the pitch. It was lovely.
Well, it was that thing, and we've been critical of Philip Coutinho, it's that if he's playing in the advanced positions, he's not getting into the box.
Advanced enough. Yeah.
You know, and again, look at exactly what Chris says there. For the goals, you look at for Firmino's goal, he's in the box.
Yeah.
For the fact that he's there.
All three of them were in for all three of those first goals.
He's right there, and there's a whole host of chances where he's in there as well, and that makes it work. You know,
It makes the back heel from Chan was actually meant for Firmino.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought
Coutinho
that.
was in the box.
Yeah.
You know, he hadn't run out, hadn't made the pass,
Yeah.
or stood still.
Yeah.
He was on the move, and that's why
and then
it
a
felt
bit of
perfect
luck
for
and
him.
confidence, whether it was meant or not. Either it was meant and it was perfect, or you've got the audacity to try that, and it came off because you had another fellow who's running into the box.
Because you see
He
him
looks
look
at
up,
Firmino, doesn't
and you
he?
see Firmino making the diagonal run into the box.
it's a shit back heel for Firmino, but it's very good for Coutinho.
But he's there in the locker room going, yeah, I meant that. And you could see he was running in there. Like,
and he would as well, wouldn't he? But because we've been talking about Coutinho saying, well, all his best work's done in this area. Let's stick. I've got my mind's this area outside the box area. All he wants to do is be in there. And we keep saying this. It's like, but it's like Jordan Ibe as well, and now Firmino, is that if you can prove that you can do both. So if you can say, well, hang on, I'm going to go this time. And this time I'm going to stay. If I'm going to look for a shot from outside the box, I'm going to love to play a little through ball. How the fuck do you defend against that? You can't, because
Man City can't.
You've got no, but exactly. But you've got to be a reactionary defender in that. Whereas if you know that Coutinho's only going to come outside the box, then, or you don't have to worry about him. Then you just got to go to him and close him down, because then he'll ultimately have to pass it away. Whereas if there's a chance that he'll just play a little give and go and get him behind himself, then again it's a double threat from him, let alone what it then encourages the others in the attacking sense to do. So absolutely amazing on that.
It's Christmas! Yeah, in like a month and a bit. But anyway, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. 3 designs to pick from, 2 brand new ones, as you can see here, and a third that we've forgotten to bring in. You've got Merry Klopmas, Coutinho, ho, ho, ho. Chris, where can you get them from?
RedmenTVshop.com. They are available for 3 weeks only, up until Sunday, the 6th of December 2015. Make sure you get it in nice and early. They're made to order, and you will have them before Christmas.
Bespoke Christmas loveliness. So if you're sick of looking like everyone else at the Christmas party and you want to be more Liverpool silly themed, that's what we're here for. 3 years on the bounce. Get them now while you can. Cheers.